Hello, friends. This is Kelly Calabrese with Intentionally Fabulous. And today I want to talk to you about how to overcome the shock of divorce. For those of you who were truly shocked and blindsided, even if later you're able to look back and see that it actually may have been a slow fade, in that moment, you're in shock. It may come as a surprise, just feel like a massive loss. It is a guttural feel. I mean, you feel it in your soul. It is okay to feel the shock. It is the beginning of the grief cycle. So give yourself a little break. Know that you don't need to do it alone and start to take care of yourself just physically and emotionally. Shock feels like chaos, like an explosion, like things have blown up, like literally just completely glazed over, paralyzed in fear and shock. You definitely don't want to stay there. You want to do whatever you can to calm yourself down. When you're in shock and the cortisol levels are high, it's difficult to process anything, for your brain to work properly, to make any good decisions. So when you're in this state of shock, you want to avoid arguments of any kind because you're not even capable of really making a good decision. And it's just going to escalate things and make it even worse when you're bringing in that emotion. Definitely do not involve your children at this stage of separation and divorce. It is just too early on. Obviously, most ideal would be if it was healthy and safe for your marriage to be restored, and that's a possibility. You definitely don't want to bring your kids into it yet. So this is something to take seriously. I mean, maybe in an argument, a spouse may have said, I want a divorce. Take them seriously. They should not take those words lightly. And if in fact they are filing, there could be deadlines. It is in your best interest to get an attorney. And that might sound like, whoa, Kelly, slow down. That is crazy. You just mentioned the words. You still need someone who's going to best represent you, who has your best interest in mind, especially if you're not an attorney, you've never been divorced before, you just don't know how this works. You really have a lot to lose. And remember, emotionally, you are numb. You need someone who can stand up for your rights. And also, you don't want to give in to anything up front. If you give in to demands on money or time with your child, schedule, it will be harder later to get that readjusted. So you don't want to make any poor agreements, and that will make things harder later. So just realize that this is a whole new dynamic on your relationship. You're now dealing with your spouse and you're seeing the worst of them. This is the person you went to the altar with thinking that till death do us part. Nobody thinks they're going to get married and then part ways. So you might see the ugliest side of them you've ever seen. Now you're dealing with money and house and ego and children. So things can get really ugly. I hope they don't. I pray they don't, but know that they can. You don't want to be taken advantage of. So be honest with your attorney. You don't need to tell them everything. They're charging a lot per hour. So just be focused in on what they're asking for and give them honest and accurate information on a need to know basis. It can really be overwhelming. So don't be delusional in thinking that the person who said they want a divorce was not serious. You do need to be protected. Recover from the shock stage as quickly as possible because there are more stages in this grief process. Shock is just the beginning. So this is a season of, unfortunately, more to come that will unfold. So I want to share with you that you don't need to do this alone. If you're a woman going through separation, divorce, post-divorce, I invite you to join my free private Facebook page. It's called Intentionally Fabulous. And there we talk about the hard things. We talk about the real things. We encourage each other. We laugh, we support each other. So please do join that. If you are looking for a divorce coach, I would absolutely love to help you in that. You can see my program at intentionallyfabulous.com or also email me at kelly@kellycalabrese.com. I personally answer every single email. I would love to hear from you and know what your challenges are in this season. I'm believing the absolute best for you. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next video where I will be talking about more of the stages of grief so that we can get through them and create an intentionally fabulous life.